Stop. Button. Speech off. Hey guys, welcome to Pre-College Rants and Random Crap 12. You are going to hear me pause the recording at some point because I'm getting ready to go out with my mom. But I wanted to get this part done before I change and before we go. You're going to hear me resume it again later. Okay. First of all, there's no background music for this. I would be doing that if I was recording this on Voloco, with the clean effect on the starter pack, but unfortunately, right now is not the time to do that. So, basically, I sent my class schedule to Chad. Now, at first, I thought the only way was to export it from where it says register or drop classes. Turns out it was this weird calendar extension. At least he told me when he received it, he's like, hey, this is a calendar extension that our software can't read. So I ended up resending it as a PDF because he said, get your unofficial transcript. Found my unofficial transcript, downloaded that, sent that. Now this morning, SoCal Suzanne was the one that called me. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be Maddie. Luckily, it was not. Luckily, it was Suzanne. And look, I don't have a problem. If I have to work with both of them, I don't care. It's just, with new people, there are times where I kind of get a little bit I'm not sure what to expect. And I'm like, am I even going to survive with this person? That's kind of how I get. It's not as bad as it was, a few years back, but I tend to get like that. Anyways, SoCal Suzanne was like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about your class schedule and your financial aid stuff. I did call her back. I guess there's going to be a little bit of phone tag, but I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to send her what I have. And I sent her the files as original, with the original file names. And I told her, okay, this is what my financial aid information, this is what, it has my first, last name, school ID numbers, file name. Or was it school ID, first, last name? And I'm like, the other one has my last name, first name, school ID number, and then the date on which I downloaded. That was the class schedule. And I'm like, but there are underscores between each thing. That's how the file name is. And I told her, I'm like, hey, if that's too much, let me know, and I can rename the files. Truth be told, I had already set aside a folder with copies of the files that were renamed, but I wanted to send her the original ones like that, because I don't want the voc rehab people to think that I'm making it up. So even if it's something that they might not be able to read, I'd rather send it to them in the beginning, let them tell me that they can't read it. If not, if they tell me, I can't read it, then we'll get a PDF document, we'll get a Word document, whatever it is that I need to get to them. And I don't want to change the names on those Word docs, or not Word docs, I don't want to change the names on those documents because I don't want anybody thinking I'm making it up. I'd rather just keep it as, whatever downloaded and, whatever name is on the downloaded file. I'd rather keep it like that because I just want them to see, hey, she's not making it up. And Shailene was okay with it. When I sent her the link, it was a confirmation for when I applied to the college that I'm going to, and she's like, the link did not work for me. Can you send me a screenshot, or can you send me, whatever else, the email. I got the forward, I went back and I checked my email, and I ended up sending her, forwarding her a confirmation And so it's like, let them see, that I'm not making it up. So even if the file has like a name where they're like, what is this? I'd just rather send that. If they want me to rename it, I'll rename it. And it's just my way of knowing, okay, I have solace in the fact that they know that I'm not making it up. And I wouldn't even make up anything like that, but it's just easier to send them the file with the original name on it. I check before sending. At times I'll check if it's like readable or sendable. But then there are times where if I can't really tell if it is, I'll be like, okay, screw it. We're sending it regardless. Anyways, Sunday, I believe. Sheesh, hold on. 2nd, 1st, okay. Wednesday 31st, Tuesday 30th, Monday 29th, Sunday 28th. Okay, the 28th of July, my parents started up with their worries again. They basically were saying that they didn't like the fact that, because I have seizures, they didn't like the fact that campus police would be called first if anyone were to have a seizure, and my mom's like, that's time that they're taking away from helping you. You could die, you could this, you could that. And it's like, okay, I know the seizures that I've had, my heart rate has gone down. There have been times where my heart rate has gone up. Luckily, I haven't died. I would hope campus police would know what to do, and they would call somebody, like if they have medical staff at the school, like they would call them. Or maybe campus police might have some training on what to do in these situations. I'm not too sure. And it's like, okay, I'm on meds. I don't want to wean off the meds while I'm here at Southwestern, while I'm here at the college that I'm going to go to. I don't think I even want to wean off the meds when I'm up in the Bay Area. I want to be, like, I don't know. As far as weaning off the meds, I know right now is not the time. I have 2 more years, or a year, till we bring up getting weaned off the meds. And right now, I don't want to bring that up. I just don't feel like it's the right time to do that. Okay, we're gonna pause it. I have to
Speech on. Pause button.
We're gonna continue later. Alright, my goobers, I am back. We haven't left yet. My mom is still changing, or doing whoever the hell knows what. So Suzanne called me back. So she clarified, she's like, I already have that information, so what I sent her, she already has that. She just needs, she needs some other thing, like the breakdown of the tuition and fees. So, and I finally got that thing cleared up. So SoCal Suzanne is the service coordinator that I talked to, since my last name begins with D. So, last name that begins with A through L. So I'd be talking to Suzanne. Maddie, the other one, is actually the one that I'd be talking to if my last name were to begin with the letters M through Z. So there was some confusion there with how that, I don't know, seeing AI must have read the letter wrong, or something must have happened. So shout out to SoCal Suzanne, even though she does not watch this. Shout out to her for clearing that up. And I almost felt like an idiot. I'm like, should I ask? But I asked, and that got cleared up for me. And like I may or may not have said, she is like the little piece of Shailene, and yeah, I need to get her that information that she asked me for. I'm going to do that before the end of the day. But just knowing that Suzanne is still there, there's a reassurance there for me, like, hey, at least there's somebody that I know. Alessia, I know a little bit, the office technician, sort of kind of know her. She's the one that would put Miss Alessia, her last name, and then like the smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks emoji. So, I don't know, I just felt relief, because at first I was confused. I'm like, wait, isn't SoCal Suzanne the one that I'd be talking to if my last name begins with the letters M through Z? And I'm like, no fucking singing, I read that wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I got that clarified. And
Speech on. New recording. Duration. Waveform. Duration. 11 minutes.
Sorry.
Pause. Button.
I shall pause this. I'm gonna get some agua. Gonna get some water because I really need it.
Fast forward. Pause. Button.
And gonna hang around in the front of the house until she's ready. Gonna get my stuff together, and then I'll come back and you're gonna hear a rant, because rants are part of what pre-college rants and random crap is about.
Fast forward. Pause. Button.
So, goobers.
Waveform. Pause. Button. Speech off.
Okay, so basically the rant, it has to do with something my parents said on Sunday, so the 28th. My mom starts up again with, like I mentioned, that, her not liking the fact that campus police would show up first if I were to have a seizure, and just like other stuff like that. I am planning on talking to the professors about, the fact that I do have seizures. I mean, like I said, they're not frequent. I'm on medication. I'm not thinking of getting weaned off anytime soon. Plus, like, since I did have a seizure this year, 2024, I'd have to wait like 2 years to talk about getting weaned off of the meds again. Or at least trying to get weaned off of the meds. So, anyways, my parents start on again with like mobility and stuff. And I told them, I'm like, I want to get mobility training to walk around the campus. And then, they're just saying stuff about, like, it seems like you don't want us to take you to school even. And it's like, is that a crime? It's not a crime. Like, I just don't want them to take me to school. I want to be able to handle this on my own. So, that, and then my dad was saying, like, oh, what do you want to do? Stay and hang around and talk to your friends. He's like, I just want us to take you to school. You come back and do your homework. Like, dude, I'd go to school, I'd come back and I'd do my homework. But if I can take advantage of an empty classroom or a library or something, I will take advantage of it. I really don't think that that's a crime to want to take advantage of like empty classrooms and libraries and whatnot and stay there if I don't want to come back right away. Like, I really don't think that that should be an issue. Although they don't know that. I'm planning on trying to take advantage of like empty classrooms, libraries, whatever space I can get. So my dad bringing up the fact that there were times that I didn't turn in assignments in high school, and he's all like, oh, your Braille teacher from high school would call me, and she'd call my phone, and it's like, okay, I had in mind that I was not going to slack. And then he's like, what do you need mobility training for? You know how mobility was in high school. And he brought up the teacher that I had in high school, and he starts saying all these things about, you couldn't even walk with the map, you couldn't even do this, you couldn't even do that. And it's like, okay, I learned when I was at when I was up in the program up in the Bay Area, I learned that campus pretty well. Occasionally getting lost, but I, for the most part, learned it. I don't even know how long it took me. And then there was a route to this coffee place called Pete's Coffee. I learned that route in I don't even know how long. And it's like, we finally agreed that I would handle this. But what I don't like is the fact that, okay, we agree that I'm gonna handle shit. And then they go on and they decide to start saying shit again. And it's like, right now, they are kind of on my not so nice list. Like, they need to fucking understand, okay, if we agree that I'm gonna handle this shit, and, then just leave it like that. Because I even told my mom, like, I'm gonna give you a week for you to start saying your shit again, because that's what you're gonna do. Because it's like, that's just what she does. Give her a week. I'm being for real. Give her a week, and she's gonna start up again. But she's all like, oh, you don't know how nervous I'm gonna be. It's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, I want to handle this. I wish they would not bring up past stuff. I did tell them I'm not gonna slack off. I'm not planning on doing that. Look, I don't want to sound like I'm wishing anything negative on my dad. A part of me wishes he would get amnesia and forget things about me. So, like, a convenient form of amnesia to where he'll forget anything that I did in high school. To where he'll forget anything else in regards to how I was like then. Like, if he got a convenient form of amnesia, then I'd be, like, the happiest person in the world, but I know that that's probably never gonna happen. And, dude, like, the memory charms from Harry Potter, if only those were, like, fucking real, I'd be, like, the happiest person in the world. Okay, so, kind of went on a little bit of a rant, but yeah, like, they're not going to be around forever. They're not. And I want to, try to travel on my own. They brought up other people that they saw in disability services, and there was like, oh, there's this one dude in a wheelchair whose mom went in there with him. Okay, he has probably some other stuff going on, some other health issues. I'm blind and I have seizures, and what I want to try to do is handle stuff on my own. I really don't see... Okay, pushing them out, maybe the way that I did it wasn't so great, but, like, what else could I have done? It's just... there was something that happened yesterday. So you're seeing this right now on a Friday. So you're seeing this on August 2nd. I'm recording this on August 2nd. You're going to be seeing this on August 5th. So, yeah, there's something that happened yesterday, August 1st. And she keeps bringing up, don't be so trusting of everyone. It's like, I'm not being super trusting of everyone. I'm not how I was in high school, to where practically every single person there knew things about me that probably they shouldn't. I was not like that. I'm not like that anymore. And it's like, bitch, give credit where credit is due. I know you noticed the way I was with Shailene. I know you noticed a lot of other things. But Shailene actually helped me. Therefore, I was starting to be more trusting, but at the same time, I did not completely let my guard down. And it's like, it's pretty obvious. When you noticed how I interacted with her, if you were to look at some of the emails, you would see, like, what I mean by that. And then, maybe there are some things that I would also have to explain, because you're probably like, hey, what the hell? What does this prove? Anyways, announcements for what's going to come up on my channel. After pre-college rants and random crap, I'm going to be starting a series. So the first part is my college era SoCal, and then when I go up to the Bay Area, it's going to be my college era NorCal. My college era SoCal, the way that it's going to be is I'm going to do kind of like a season with a certain amount of episodes, that kind of format. So for example, let's say I do my college era SoCal S1 EP1, season 1 episode 1, or S1E1, because YouTube only allows like 100 characters in the title, so I'm going to have to be very careful about how I name these. So S1E1, for example. So let's say the title is like my college era SoCal S1E1, first day of college, or my college era SoCal S2E1, Uber driver asked to marry me, for example. That's how the title's gonna be. I am not trying to get on a reality show or anything. I just feel like it's easier to divide the different times of my life in college, SoCal and NorCal, and I feel like this is just going to be like a more convenient way of recording and uploading. The other thing is I'm going to be doing another series called Nightcore Dreams, where I mess with the pitch and the speed of songs. I'm going to be giving credit to the people who originally uploaded them. I'm also going to be fucking around with some of my covers too, depending on which ones I want to fuck around with. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do as far as like new stuff. And then, like I mentioned in the community post on August 1st, I believe. Yeah, I think it was August 1st. Or, I don't know. Sometime Thursday or today. I'm going to be doing like a little series. I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but it's just things where, well, it's just like a little thing where I test out the other voice effects on Voloco. I originally used a starter pack, but in order to get the other voice effect packs, you have to pay for a subscription, and I did, and I got the other voice effects. So yeah, I'm gonna be testing those. Do I have anything else? I think that's it for now. I'm gonna come back on, like, I'm gonna resume the recording once I send what I need to send to Suzanne, which is gonna be later on, because I need to kind of do this when we're back home, because, like, we're back right now, but we're gonna head out again. Me and my mom are gonna head out again, and then we're gonna come back, have dinner. I'm gonna kind of tidy up around here, do some things that I said I was gonna do, and get the thingamajiggy that she needs from my college account. And then I'll come back on once I send that. Just gonna be like, I sent it, and then to end the recording. So yeah, for now,
Speech on.
Boy, temporarily.
Top of screen. Done. Pause. Button.
Hey guys, I'm back. It is 11 something at night. I sent the document to Suzanne. When I went into the portal, I went to where it said, like, account summary, and then I had to press enter on fall 2024, and then I had to go to where it said view summary.pdf. There was no download button, so I had to create an account on, well, the only option I felt I had was to create an account on Adobe Acrobat. And I selected, like, a monthly plan, because I heard, like, it said, like, there's a thing where you can, like, export PDFs and convert them to, like, a different format. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, that's what I'm gonna need if there's no download button. So I ended up having to export the document, convert it into, like, a Word doc, and then download it. So when I went to check to see if it was readable, yeah, there are some images in there. Yeah, there's text. So it's text and images, and I did let Suzanne know in the email. I'm like, I had to convert it to a Word doc. There are text and images in this. So yeah, hopefully she'll let me know. I mean, knowing her, yeah, she is gonna tell me if it's what she needed. If not, I mean, I'll try and see if I can call the school and ask them. The thing is, like, when I went to check, not only did it have what I'm assuming is a breakdown of the tuition and fees, but it also had my schedule on there, which, I mean, she already has, but dude, it said, like, miscellaneous expenses, and then it said some other shit. I'm like, I don't really get it. Like, why does it say that stuff on there? And then it says, like, the same dollar amount, and then for some of them it says, like, a lesser dollar amount. I don't know what the hell's up with that, but we'll find out on Tuesday when Suzanne gets back. So yeah, so I sent it at around, like, 10 something, because We got back at around 8 something, had a late dinner. I cleaned some stuff that I bought, put it away, got the trash, came back here, did that whole thing, and it did take me quite a bit, but I mean, I'm glad that I got it done at the end of the day. And yes, looks like everything's good, or at least I want to say everything's good, but I mean, we'll find out on Tuesday. Hopefully she'll be able to see the images that are in that document. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Other than, yeah, I am a bit worried. I really hope that that's the document she needed, and I was really hoping that it could stay as a PDF, but unfortunately, I felt like the only way was to export it, convert it, basically, just to be able to get the document. And I told her, I was like, I'll try to get it to you at the end of the day, or, before the end of the day. So, yeah, I mean, I want to be quicker about following up, and I don't want to do what I did to Shailene, and I think that as well, it's just like, because hell, Suzanne witnessed it too. I mean, let's be real here, because Suzanne worked with Shailene and me, and she did witness how slow I was at times. And oh, you know what I should mention? Yo, Suzanne. Jumbled up email.
Speech on. Done. Pause. Button.